Hi folks, please allow me to attempt to encapsulate for you the budget problems going on in these here United States of America with the recent news about shutting down the government. So now, all money legislation originates in the House. So the House of Representatives, dominated by Republicans, passed a budget that should have been passed in September 2010 with $60 billion in cuts. Well, the Democrats only wanted $6 billion in cuts. And the regime leader, President Barack Obama, said, if you send this continuing resolution, because it wasn't going to be the whole budget, just a continuing resolution with these cuts to go on for another week or whatever time, until we can iron out the whole budget, they said. You send that to my desk, said the Democrat President Barack Obama, and I'll veto it. Why? I'll tell you why. There were two parts of this continuing resolution that the Democrats and the President did not care for. We're going to defund $330 million from Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood, the abortion mill in this country. Take aside the religious objections to it. Constitutionally, it is not there to support a private organization like that, no matter how noble you may think their journey is, that their mandate is, that the duties that they perform. It's still not in the Constitution. It does not belong there by a bankrupt government. Hello? That's our government, kids. So that's what the Democrats objected to, was the defunding of Planned Parenthood. The second item was to continue to pay the United States military whether the government shuts down or not, no matter how many continuing resolutions there are until we get a final budget. Well, once again, the Democrats and the President said, oh, no, you don't. We're holding the military hostage because nobody wants the military not to get paid. So if you put that clause in there, we're not going to pass it, and we're going to blame you for the military not being paid. And this basically being said by the President of this country, that Democrat who is Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the United States, who has our country, the Armed Forces, currently engaged in 3 hostilities at the same time. Never in the history of this country. You see, folks, as I've said in previous videos, Democrats do not care about the security of this country. They only care about the loyalty to their political party, the Democrats, and winning the next election. And if they have to subserviate the security of this country, no problem. As evident by this. Plus, the aborted fetuses to Democrats is a sacrament on the altar of the Democratic Party. So those 2 clauses they did not like in the continuing resolution. Well, now the continuing resolution passes this past weekend. And the Republicans did not get the $60 billion. They got close to $4 billion. Less than the 60 they wanted. More than the 6 that the Democrats wanted. But it's still in there, the funding for Planned Parenthood. Now the continuing resolution would continue to pay the military in case of a government shutdown. I couldn't find it in the news articles I was reading. So I called my congressman's office in Washington, Jeb Hessling, who happens to be a Republican in the 5th Congressional District in the state of Texas. That's where I live, kids. The person answered. She did not know the answer. She said they would call me back. Really? Or should I say, really? About 6 months ago, I called the same office with a question. They said they would call me back. Guess who hasn't received that call yet? Me, kids. So I called the senator's office from the state of Texas, Senator John Cornyn's office. And he said, sure, it's in this continuing resolution. The military will continue to get paid. So I have no idea between the news media, the Jeb Hessling and the senator's office, who knows what was passed. But let me tell you something. We sent you Republicans into the House to trim this budget and not to give in to them dead Democrats. The Democrats and the news media kept saying, well, we need compromise, we need compromise. Where was that word compromise when the Democrats had the majority in the House of Representatives, when the Democrats locked Republicans out of meetings, when the Democrats turned the lights out on the Republicans in the House. Where was that word compromise? You see, the word compromise is only inserted into the discussion when there's a Republican majority. And by that, they mean that the Republicans give in to the Democrats, and that's the compromise. See? See how simple that was? Talk about wasting money? Secretary of State Hillary Rotten Clinton, Democrat, her department is giving $20 million to Pakistan. Very nice, you say. Going to buy them food and maybe clean water supplies? That $20 million, really coming from China to the United States to Pakistan, is to fund a television show. Yeah! No, not Dancing with the Stars, not Pakistan Idol, Sesame Street. That's what it is, kids. A Sesame Street type show in Pakistan. The United States is paying for it, probably with borrowed money from China. Thank you, Beijing. Folks, I tell you, you Republicans better understand. The news media is telling you, and the Democrats are saying, you're listening to the Tea Party. So, the Tea Party is we the people. You should point your finger back and say to the Democrats, you're listening to the unions. That's because the unions are thugs and socialists. So who would you rather listen to? Who should run this country? The unions and thug socialists, or we the people? I think we have a document that begins we the people. All right, folks. We'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya.